Alrighty, I have a construction update for you guys today. So they are starting to add the theming around AlpenFest and AlpenFury. Definitely a very good sign. The locker room is set up just underneath the station in the farthest right slot, opening up underneath that station, just a heads up. Flowers have started to go into the fake windows, as well as electrical work being wired around the ride for lighting and speakers and all that. Again, it's looking like there could be themed music. Fingers crossed. The bin system has had its track installed, as well as the little grooves to hold the buckets. So that's exciting. The buckets should go in any day now. The bins, sorry, not the buckets. By the way, I have been torn a new one by you guys for 2 videos in a row now. It is a weather vane. I get it. A weather vane. But yes, electrical and theming, that little slot over there, that is where the lockers are housed for AlpenFury. There's the bin system. Again, it's ready to have just the actual bins installed. The area is starting to look really good. My only suggestion is covering up the steel beams of that station. I really hope they cover them up with something, because seeing the I-beams in the station is a little bit of a letdown. But who knows? They're getting ready to install the staircase that'll bring you back up from the outdoor queue portion down here on that slab of concrete. It looks like Fastlane will bypass that completely and just go right up the stairs on that farthest left slot on the stairs. Rockscapes is starting to covering up all the holes. They have added a lot of exhaust pipes and holes around the mountain for the basement. Again, it's going to get very hot in there with all those LSMs and PLC systems and all that down in the mountain. A lot of ride programming going on. From what I'm understanding and hearing, Wonderland Maintenance does have access to the ride now, but the company Actimium, probably butchering the name there, is still programming faults, which is the final step in the process. So you'll see that in this video. I have a really cool fault once I'm able to edit it for you guys that they were programming the other night. Really cool to capture it. And yeah, I believe it's an emergency stop on the main launch that they were programming, because they kept doing it. So once I get that edited for you guys, it's a really cool video to see them programming a fault like that, the emergency stop. So yeah, it makes a really cool noise. So once I get that up, you'll see that. But here they are programming the same thing on the first launch, an abort launch type of fault / e-stop. So that's really cool. They are in the final steps of programming this ride. That is why I'm getting a lot of questions. Why aren't they operating the blue train? It is not because there's anything wrong with the blue train, guys. They only need one train to program the ride. So it is orange train, and blue train is available down there for maintenance to play around with, experiment on, train on, and all that in the maintenance shop. So that is all that's going on in terms of AlpenFury. There's nothing wrong with blue train. This is a very normal process. Once the ride is done programming, you'll see both trains on the track. You'll actually probably see both trains on the track beforehand, but we have seen blue trains 3 days ago on the track with orange train, because they are going to have to program the 2 trains together, but they might have already done that. But if they haven't, you'll see both trains on the track very shortly. But once you see both trains cycling constantly, that's a good assumption that Wonderland is getting their cycles in, and the ride should open probably within a 7-day period of you seeing that. Now, Premier is doing a countdown on their Instagram page, which is a little confusing because it's leading up to next Saturday. With that being said, I could see the ride opening. It was supposed to open this weekend, by the way. So they were supposed to do the film shoot Saturday. No, I'm lying to you guys. Give me a second. The film shoot was supposed to be July 1st. Media Day was July 3rd. And I believe the ride was going to open July 4th or July 5th. So I could totally see it being pushed back by a week. So the same thing next week. The ride will be open next week. So I'll have a new date for the event very shortly. Wonderland told me they'll let me know next week, so just stay tuned for more information. The July 8th event is canceled. I'll have a new date very shortly, expected to be within a week or 2 of the original date planned. Anyways, with that being said, I'm just going to post all the testing footage from yesterday for you guys to watch, because you guys seem to like that, so I'll just include it in the construction update now, because we've seen enough testing. So enjoy. Have a good one, guys. Bye. We need to go to the Skyfire Loop. Like 2-3 minutes. There we go.